The ESRB has rated Planet Zoo E10 Plus for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It has been approved for everyone aged 10 and over.
Nyala.
Hey there, folks. How you doing? Welcome back to the zoo. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. You know, it occurs to me that I always say that, and that area right there should have a tree in it. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna move this right on over to here. In fact, let's put another one way over there. What do we got? Leggy, Northwest Zoo. He's about to inbreed. Why do they always blame it on the girls? All right. Okay, she's been traded out of the zoo, so let's talk about what we were doing this episode, which is the Nyala, African antelope that lives in the jungle, not on the savanna. I did some initial viewing look. You know, what's this going to look like? Do I have the space for it? All that number. And I did some research, and I found a habitat at a German zoo that looked really, really good, and I'm going to include it. But I wanted to, you know, what I need to do is I need to basically de-square this thing because it's not completely a square. I do want one part of it to be square because I want to put a building on it, but I'm going to do that over here. This, we're going to do that. Or just kind of, I mean, it's going to be an off square. Let's face it, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, and let's smooth it out across this area. So anyway, Nyala as a species are fairly undemanding. They don't require a lot. You know, as long as they got a little water and food and some plants to hide behind, they're cool. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, because the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some okapi in there with the Nyala as they get along. Where's my monkeys? Here is my monkeys. I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I've got protesters at the monkeys. As you can see, I added unbox. In fact, let's just do that. I don't know why they were boxed, but unbox all the animals. But we've got, not only do we have white-faced Saki in here, box, unbox, there we go. Not only do we have white-faced Saki, we also, I also went ahead, I mentioned it when we were building this monkey house, that, you know, who knows, I might put in the Colombian capuchin monkeys. Well, I went ahead and did that. Okay, everybody is unboxed. You guys can go home now. Bye-bye. They've got plenty of space, the monkeys, so it's not like they're unhappy. Oh, and I also rebuilt the monkey house just to make it look a little better. I made it a little bit, you know, I made it a little bit larger in spaces, and I put a glass roof over the top of it because I thought it looked really good. But anyway, back to the Nyala, which we're going to put in this space here. I've already decided, whoops, hello. I've already decided on the walls I'm going to use for the habitat, and I'm going to use this fence here, and then I'm going to use this fence here. And I've lowered, I was looking for a space and I figured this space out, and I lowered the what do you call it, the elevation of it, because I figured that way would give a good viewing range for the guests looking into it. Just playing with the terrain a little, making it a little bit not so what do you call it? Conformative? Not conformative. That's not the word I'm looking for. Monotonous. It's not all just one big flat box. But anyway, let's get started on it, and we'll start, as I do often, with the building, the support building. And what do I want? I want bark, because we're using the Indonesian set for the building pieces. Get this lined up on that. Not necessarily a straight line according to the outside world, but as far as the zoo's concerned, this is a straight line. Just so you know, if you hear a lot of thumping in the background, today is a Savannah day. Savannah is this wonderful young lady who comes in and does cleaning for me. I think I've mentioned before about Savannah, and she's wonderful because I can keep my living accommodations clean, but I can't keep them clean, So every once in a while, we have Savannah come in, and she will just spick and span the plate. For crying out! Could I have? Yeah, thank you. No, that was wrong. She'll come in and she'll spick and span the place, and I can keep it spick and span once it's spick and span. But I'm saying, I said the word spick and span too often. Now I don't remember what I was gonna say. Once it's clean to that point, I can keep it clean to that point, but it's also a slow degradation because I can't keep it 100%. What'll happen is she'll come in and she will just clean it to the nines, and then after she goes and during the next month, I'll be able to keep it clean to say 99% of what she's doing. I'll be able to clean to 99% of what she's capable of, and or exactly, to be more realistic, it's like 75%. She cleans it to 100%, and I'm able to maintain it to 75%, and then she comes back in a month and restores it back to back to 100%. And she's a wonderful young lady, and I really appreciate her because she's good at her job, and she understands the hardship of being as old as I am, trying to keep up a house like this. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? I'm going to lay down some barrier. This is going to be our facilities building. I will be putting a keeper hut in there. And probably a generator. Why did I do that? I just realized I don't need it there. For that matter, I don't really need it here. There we go. And, you know, so she comes in once a month and she does this for me, and I greatly appreciate it. And sometimes I need her to do a lot of things, and sometimes I just need her to touch things up. And today's a bit of a touch-up. She's in, right now, she's in my bedroom vacuuming and straightening up from all the, you know, I'm not a slob. I'm just incapable of keeping it as clean as I want, because I've got the stamina of an infant, and you'd be amazed at how much energy it takes to keep a bedroom clean. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Nyala. Nyala, they're an African antelope that lives in the jungle, not the savanna where you expect to find most antelope in Africa. I think that's just fascinating. Okay. I'm gonna have, when we lay down the actual fence pieces, I'm gonna have to adjust this naturally. But for now, this will do. Okay, let's get ourselves a door. Path. I hear the clumping and thumping of her doing stuff in my bedroom, and I'm like, what's she doing? But I have to trust her to the point that I'm not going to. Well, that sucks. Hold on a second. And I have to trust her to do her job, and she's totally trustworthy. That's the other thing. She knows her stuff, and she can do it. Okay, yeah, let's adjust this. I'm just going to adjust it. No, wrong. Like that. Okay, now. Now we can start our alignment of the habitat. Like so. Dang it, that's not it. That's it. Okay. So we need a keep rut. I'm going to put in a generator. Right there. In addition, I'm going to put a staff room because I haven't put too many staff rooms down. Oh, come on! Don't be a nudge. Just let the staff room happen. Nope, it's gonna be a nudge. Yes, okay. So we can go ahead and put a roof on this since we're building this building. And as usual, we're going to use the palm frond roof. Let's see. Two-meter corner? Yes. Okay. And we need the the 2-meter thatch roof incline, like so. Then we're going to take the 4-meter incline and put it here and here. And then we're going to go back to bark. And we're going to fill in the holes. Okay, what do we need? We need this, I think. Is that lined up? That is in fact lined up. How about that? Of all the weird songs to suddenly have stuck in your head, I don't even know how old this song is, but I learned it as a kid. And I knew that it's a novelty song from either the 50s or the 60s. And it has something to do with street race culture that, you know, started way back when. Beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. Like I said, I don't know where the hell did that come from. I don't know. Why is it in my head? I do not know. But it's in my head. And the part that's in my head is the last line of the song. Hey buddy, how do you get this car out of second gear? Okay, wall color 1 is that. Wall color 2 is that. Wear color is also that. And then trim color is black. And there is our roof. Now we need palm again. We're going to close this off with the 2-piece. The double pitch, the double pitch roof. Now, do I want the two, or should I use the one? The one might look good. Like so. Yes, I like how that looks. That is a good looking building. It really is. Now, let's get started on the fences. I'm going to use the what I think of as a block fence, because it blocks vision. It keeps things private. We don't need to let the guests, for this fence here, we do not need to let the guests be able to see all the way through. So, and we're moving the barrier, obviously. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to start on that song, because that'll get me thinking about Dolly Parton, and then I'll be crying. It was a damn shame that we lost both Dolly Parton and Tim Curry in a 2-day space. Damn shame, because I'm a gigantic fan of both of them. I loved both of those people. They were creative and they brought joy to the world. And you know, it was just damn. In Tim Curry's case, you know, dying was probably, he suffered a stroke. And as a stroke survivor myself, I understand what going through that is like. But his was so much worse than mine. He lost the ability to walk. He could barely talk. He was in a great deal of pain. You know, I mean, I got lucky. I am not going to sit here and try and deny that I didn't get lucky, because my God, did I get lucky. I kept my ability to speak. Most of my cognitive functions are you know, functioning. Most. I do have some memory problem, and I lose track of things, and I've, you know, my endurance problems are part and parcel of it. But I can still walk. You know, I can still control my hands well enough that I'm playing this game. You know, say what you want, but I am playing this game. And he didn't. His stroke took everything away from him. And I know that Dolly was sick for a while. But they were both such bright people. They were good. They were good people. They had a positive effect on the universe. And they made the world better just by existing. And that's all I'm going to say, because if I try to say more, I'm going to burst out into tears. You guys know, I mean, I've discussed that one of the side effects of the damage that I've suffered because of the stroke is that I have no emotional control anymore. My reactions are my reactions, and they go from 0 to 60 in a minute and a half. You know, I don't just get a little angry. I go from irritated to outright fucking furious. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. And but it's not just anger, it's all my emotional reactions, including grief. And I don't want to start crying while I'm recording a video, because I will. That's how large these performers loomed in my life. Okay. Okay, so. Alrighty, let's get this fence laid. That sounds so wrong. If we were talking about a GTA game, that sentence would just be, oh, we're gonna go get the fence laid. Yeah, what's the fence name? Manning. He handles everything we steal. He's the guy that moves it. Is there a lot of money in ink and death masks? There's a ton of money if you can move them. The word "if" is really doing champion work there. I'm going to take a drink. See how straight I can keep this. I need to do a house cleaning episode where I basically go through and figure out the numbers and remove excess animals, things like that. Let me do that in the next episode. That'll be, what will that be? That'll be the episode that drops on Monday the 1st? Is it the 1st? Might be the 1st, I don't know. Today's the, 28th? So it would be the 35th. If August had 35 days, it would be the 35th. August only has 31 days, so it would be September 3rd, maybe? I don't know. Trying to be logical, my brain don't work all the way. Oh my God, that's almost perfect. Okay, let's get this barrier lined up. Patrick, the great Araya, is about to die of old age. And he's fighting with Raoul at the grand old age of whatever he is. And he dies. Boom. I want to check on my great Arayas. I replaced all the females in the Reyes in the Rhea and was keeping Patrick around because he only had a couple of years. So Raoul is now the big man in there, and he's got all these brand new girlfriends. Okay, so the Reyes are taken care of. Sorry to see you go, Patrick. You were a champion. Okay. Back to the barriers. Okay, and here's how my head works. You know what song I've got stuck in it now? The theme song to DuckTales. You remember that old cartoon from the 90s? Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Yeah. I had a weird relationship to all those Disney cartoons from the 90s, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck. I did not directly watch them myself as a fan, but as the father of a young boy back then, I watched them with my kids, and they stuck because that's the kind of memory that I had at the time. And it was fun. Speaking of my son Zachary, who these days lives in Illinois, he moved up there for a job opportunity and is thriving. My God, he's doing so well. And oddly, it is not a job I thought he would ever be doing when he was a kid. He's in insurance. He works in the insurance industry. I never saw that coming for him. As a kid, he was like, paleontology. He wanted to hunt dinosaurs. But then he was like, yeah, hunting dinosaurs is cool, and that would have been a fun career, but you know what? There's no money in it. He can't survive off of hunting dinosaurs. And so he does his job. He does his insurance work, and he lives his life, and is happy. He and Xander, who is my son-in-law. And no, I'm not outing him. My son Zachary's openly gay. I am not ashamed of him. I'm not worried of him. I'm not, if only, I'm never going to get grandchildren out of him. All that number. No, I love my son. I'm proud of my son. If you don't think I should, if you disagree with his life, I invite you to take a long fall off a tall building, because you don't get to look down on my son because who he loves. And I will go to fucking war to defend him. I'm so proud of Zachary. He is such a good man. He is. He's a much better man than I am. Much better man than I ever have been. And I'm proud of him. He makes me proud every day. And yeah, I miss him because here I am in Florida and he's up there in Illinois. But he likes Illinois. He likes, he likes the environment. He likes the job. I couldn't take the winter. I spent a lot of time in Kansas, and Kansas convinced me that I never want to experience a Midwest winter again. Not for the rest of my freaking life do I ever want to experience that again. No, sir, no how. Okay, so here is the space. We have our, while we're at it, copy. We're gonna use, let's see, we're gonna use this guy and this girl. And we're just gonna send all of them to the zoo. All right. What do I need? I need a shell. No. Not the vibe I'm looking for, plus it's too elevated. I was hoping to find a pre-made shelter here, but may just have to cook something up. Nope. Lotus Reborn. A Jag. What does Jag have? See, I can take something that was built for something else and turn it into a shelter. And that's a shop. But if I did this, you know, we're going to take this and we're going to put this right here. I'm going to lower it to about there. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move in here. We're going to start taking this apart. Like so. Now, and yeah, it's going to take us a little while because I'm doing this piecemeal, and I need to make sure that I'm clicking on the right things. But I'm making sure that I'm clicking on the right things. You know what I mean? I'm going to take another drink because I just noticed that my voice is going soft. And this is going to end up being our shelter for our animals. After we get done with this, there should only, we only have the one side left. And then we'll start putting in things like food tray and water pipe and some toys for the animals, make sure they're happy. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but the voices you hear in the background, if you can hear them, are my mother and Savannah. Okay, here we go. I don't think my mother knows how loud she speaks. Okay, this is our habitat, and I need some bedding. Bedding. Here we go. All right. And we're also going to put in one of these. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay. Okay, so we have our shelter. Let's talk about the other stuff we need. So we need, let's see, Nyala, and Okapi. And oh my God, listen to my voice. It's literally cracking. Okay, food trough here. Water pipe. That's what I want. That one. That's the one I want. Okay, let's see. Now this is combined for both the Nyala and the Okapi. So anything I put down will be applicable to at least one of those species. Hanging grazer, hold on now. What is the name of this? Hanging barrel? Okay, so basically what they're telling me is here that I've got blueprints for the hanging grazer, not for the hanging barrel. That's okay. That's all right. We will deal. Plant screen. They like to walk through it and feel the leaves on their skin, apparently. Okay, rubbing pillar. A tamarind tree to scratch with. We'll put a small barrel feeder there. And how about a sprinkler way back here? We'll put another one way back here. Okay, now what we need now is the plants. Cluster tropical. Yep, we're just going to drop it right there as it is. Now this is going to be way too big. You see what I mean? But what I can do is I can take this and just pop this right here and then do this. Okay, so how about we grab a bunch of this shit. And just drop it into place. See, right here. That looks good, right? And the reason I'm adding so many plants is because the okapi doesn't get comfortable unless it's able to hide from people looking at it. Okay, so that's good. Let me check on where are my okapi. Here are my okapi. All right, terrain. Let's see. Too much short grass, not enough soil. They love their soil, don't they? Plants, coverage is good. Plants are almost there. I want to add a couple more plants just because I'm obsessive about it. Okay, we will add that and these. And we're going to put it, where are we going to put it? I think we're going to put it right here. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me look. I just need to look. Everything's good there. Terrain. Not enough long grass, too much soil, okay? Let's shorten this and then we'll do this. Over a smaller space. There we go. The fact that there's too much soil in here for the Nyala is just going to have to be something that the Nyala get used to. Alright, let's work on the external since this seems to be... This is going to be our habitat. Let's get this straightened, and then we'll lower it a little. All right. And we'll change it so that we've got Okapi education going on too, just because, why not? And then let's spread some of these out. Okay, this is an Okapi board. We're going to put it there. I'm going to grab the Nyala board right here. Okay, and then I need to figure out where to put the talk stand. Oh shit. I've got this side too. I totally forgot about it. I'm going to put the talk right here, which is not perfectly where I would imagine it was going to end up, but it works. April, May, June. And we'll have the tropical playlist. Okay. Then we'll create a copy of it because we're going back over here. Okay, there. Only we're switching this out. Oh, copy talk. Oh, copy talk. That sounds like somebody spouting nonsense. And that'll be July. You know, don't come at me with that, oh, copy talk. Poppycock is one of my favorite words. I have to, just because it's fun to say, you know. Poppycock is fun. You know, poppycock, poppycock, pop, 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 pop. It's a fun word to say. I don't care who you are. I don't care what. I don't care who you are and what you say. The word poppycock is just fun to say. Oh, the copies of ticket. Do we have critters sleeping under here? I hope we do. Okay. I'm gonna add one more plant because, my God, it's a jungle out there, guys. Okay, what else do we need? We need benches. Yes, I'm putting benches everywhere. I've gone bench happy. But benches mean garbage cans. And garbage cans mean no litter. Protesters have arrived at my zoo. What are they protesting, I wonder? They are protesting Alex the Red Fox. I don't know why they're protesting my red foxes, but we will find out. Okay, red fox. Oh, that might have something to do with it. Okay. First, let's rename this habitat since I never bothered to name it red fox. I think we've got too many animals in here. Red fox. "13 males, 13 females." Okay, so no more than 14 individual animals in habitat, and it should be an even mix between male and female. Alright, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Alex here and I'm going to rehome him because he's old. And then let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all the males because the best idea is to avoid inbreeding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take it down to 1, 2, 3, 4. Those guys. So all these females are going to be released to the wild, which leaves us these 4 female red foxes. So now we need males. Okay, that should balance out the foxes for now. Should also send those protesters home. Wow, we are getting a lot of traffic in that area. How about that? Is there a wild boar? Like I said, we need a we need an episode where all I'm doing is house cleaning. You know, going through and going, okay, we have too many rayas. Let's do, you know, not that we have too many rayas now because you saw me fix them, but you know what I mean. You know, I'll go through and I'll go, okay, what's the first species? The first species is the Aldabra giant tortoise. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 4 of them are juveniles. So we'll just keep this like it is since, you know, we can't do anything about it. I made one error placing the flying fox habitat here because I left all of this empty. But that's okay. We're going to build in this area. But yeah, the next episode is going to be housekeeping. We'll build in this area. We'll continue around here. I need to bring the boulders in and close all this off. Not that the tapirs and such are presenting a problem, but I just would prefer it. If I'm not careful, I'm going to do the same thing here. Look at this. I can't access any of this space without going around it. I got to be very careful about that. So I'm gonna put an 8 path here. Like this. That'll let me access this area. I'm going to continue this path. And I'll build in this area coming off these 2 paths. There. One thing I do want to do, you know, and I'm making these preparations for areas that I haven't built in yet, but I want to be able to access the areas, you know? And I'm going to build over here, and I'm going to build in this area as we go. I don't know what the next episode is going to be. It'll be exciting, but our Nyala habitat looks pretty good. The animals are thriving. We also have a copy in here. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the habitat. Let me know what you think of the zoo. How do you think I'm doing? This is my last Planet Zoo. Planet Zoo? Yes, it's my last Planet Zoo ever. I expect that the next zoo is going to be for Planet Zoo 2. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you're looking forward to it. But let me know. I enjoy interacting with you. Please like, subscribe, share, all that YouTube stuff. all that YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye. You know, I sit here and be quiet in the after thing, just, you know, on the off chance that you're still listening. But, yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Can account for all the humans crashing into habitats and ravaging the planet we inhabit as if we can get a new one. There is a solution, you could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through. But you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it's that planet to grab your shovel. Let's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo.